Hello and welcome to this week's live stream. Lots of chatting going on in the chat before the stream. Good morning or evening, I should say, to a legal-minded friends with Karen. It's great to see you. Doug's here. I know Doug's also at work, so hi Doug, sneaky watching. Create a Classroom, great to see you. Good evening, live stream consultants hanging out in New Mexico. Mexico? I don't know how to say it with two X's. Create a Classroom says time change when it's 6 p.m. that should feel like 7 p.m. but feels like 11 p.m. Yeah, that's kind of my life, really. I'm like, what time is it? It doesn't feel like that time. It never feels like that time. I just saw a message here from Legal Minded. I got another message from YouTube saying my commenting has paused for a day. I seem to be able to comment in lives, but not on replays. I've not written anything that would breach community. I've actually never seen that message. I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm sorry. I'll have a little look into it and see if I can find any answers for you. I can't promise anything though. It is very odd, as Doug says. It's very odd. Good morning, Amazing Yacht Destinations. Great to see you here. Doug's working from home today, so that's nice. Awesome job. It's got to be a bonus. Feed Up Monday. LHM Studio, great to see you here. Great to see you here. Michael Sahovsky, it's so good to see you, always. So this week's stream, I wanted to talk about troubleshooting. And if you saw the thumbnail for today's stream, which you possibly have, we're going to talk about the dumpster fires that we have as live streamers. Now, I've been streaming for, I don't even know how long. It's 7 years, 8 years. I don't even know. I lost years, like during COVID time, my year thing, where your brain can be like, oh yeah, that was X number of years ago. It doesn't work anymore. It got broken. I've done over 300 live streams, and sometimes the stream still crashes and burns. You can have the best plan in the world. You can have tested and checked and triple checked everything, but sometimes stuff happens. Sometimes it just happens. So this week over on the Debriefing live craft and chat, the Thursday live stream, it was a total schmozzle. We started off with a camera going out, which was a camera that has been 100% reliable and has never failed before. It just stopped working. And so, the standard things that I didn't work, and I had to dig deeper and dive deeper. Then about halfway through StreamYard actually booted me out. So, which was really weird. So I've been in chats with StreamYard over that as well, trying to work out what the problem was there. But sometimes these things happen, and the reason I'm telling you this, it's not to freak you out. It's not to be like, oh, well, no matter what, it doesn't matter if you try or don't try, it's gonna turn into a dumpster fire anyway. That's not my point. My point is that while I do recommend doing all of the things, sometimes we need to troubleshoot while we're live. And you have to be able to decide, is it something that's just bothering you as the streamer and you can just keep going? It's in no way affecting the quality of the work that you're putting out. Or is it something that's making life miserable for the community, like your audio is like screeching in their ears and you need to fix that? So you've got to work these things out. Now, I know that last week and the week before we discussed Be Right Back screens. I've now made a Be Right Back screen for this particular session. And I have created a tutorial, so that'll be coming out next week. Having the Be Right Back screen means that you can be like, I'm coming back. I'm just going to try and fix this thing. And that's a really great one if you've got to get up out of your chair and you've got to jump over. For me, I have very short arms and I can't actually reach my camera. So I have to actually stand up and lean across the table and try and get to the camera. So for me, the Be Right Back screen works. But if you can just reach your camera to flick it off and on and do all that sort of stuff, that's great. And you may not need the Be Right Back screen. So sometimes you just need to totally just sit back and chill, because sometimes stuff happens. Sometimes it's YouTube, sometimes it's StreamYard, sometimes there's absolutely nothing you can do to fix the problem. And you have to make that decision of whether to kill the stream or forge your way through. So it is one of those, only you can make that decision. Sometimes you can be like, guys, I'm going to kill the stream. Keep an eye out. I'm going to go live again in just a minute with a brand new stream. Or with StreamYard, you can actually like pull all the cameras out, have the empty screen sitting there and try and fix it without actually terminating the stream. There are options. There are absolutely options. Now, I am the person who has checks and triple checks and quadruple checks. So I reboot my machine before a live stream. I make sure that nothing is open and running that I can see that would be taking any resources from my computer. I actually run a cord from my computer across my house into my router when I usually have got very good Wi-Fi, but I won't live stream on Wi-Fi. So I plug in a hard line. I then run a speed test before every single stream so that I know exactly where I'm at with this exact configuration. It's no point doing a speed test 3 days ago going, well, it was fine 3 days ago. A lot can happen in 3 days. So you need to run those speed tests just before. Now, if that means you have to start your stream late because there's a problem with the speed test and you need to reboot your router, you can jump into the live chat and just say, hey, just running a couple of minutes behind in the tech checks. Be there as soon as possible. You don't have to totally blank out on the chat. Speaking of blanking out on the chat, let's jump in and read a few more comments here. Preach it, Chantelle. Thank you. Yes, it can be a dumpster fire. It really can be a dumpster fire. Brain farts, tech issues, and more. Although sometimes I'm just like, okay, that's all she wrote for this stream. And that's the other thing. When you finish a stream that ended up being a dumpster fire, I highly recommend that you do a debrief where you sit down, you write down the things that went wrong, and you work out, was there anything I could have done to fix that? If the answer is no, then you need to just dust it off and just get ready for the next stream, next time. Next time will be better. Don't carry that baggage around with you. Don't decide you're never streaming again. If there was something you can fix, if there was a little glitch that you could work on it. You've got all the time until the next stream to do it and do all your tests and checks again. Let me look in here. I don't actually have a new hairdo as such. I just didn't put it up today. That's all. Let me have a look here. The other day I could not figure out why I could still a video clip played when the chat could not hear it. You normally have to check a box to allow the audio through as well. Usually, quite often, it will. When you go to screen share, you need to check the allow audio as well. Screen sharing does not always allow for audio, depending on how you're doing it. Let me look here. Okay, I think I'm caught up with the chat again. Okay, so I'm going to have a little sip of my water. Oh yeah, Michael, you did mention that before. I actually think maybe you're the victim of the unsubscribing, and it's a glitch in your UI, in your user interface. I don't know. But I'm glad you're here, even if you are unsubscribed. Something strange. I said hello to Legal Minded, and only the smiley face showed. That is odd. Yeah, I see the smiley face. That's definitely weird. I don't know. If I have to stop a stream because of an issue, I try to stream as soon as possible just to hop back on the horse. Absolutely excellent that you do that. And that is probably my best piece of advice for pretty well most things in life. Sometimes something sometimes something can just knock you off your game. It can crash and burn. The stream could crash and burn. You go, that's it, I'm never streaming again. Except it wasn't your fault that it crashed and burned. Or it was one button that you could have fixed or clicked or whatever to stop it from happening again. The only way to be able to deal with these things easily, the only way to deal with these things easily is to practice. And as I said before, I've streamed over 300 times. When I have glitches, it still throws me. And I try to be all like cool and calm and collected. Be like, yeah, no, it's totally cool. Don't worry about it. We'll just move on. But my brain is actually like, oh my God. And it's like that emoji that's like, that's actually what's going on. And sometimes my face conveys that really well. I don't play poker for a really good reason. I don't have poker face. So I have what we call the five acre. In Australia, we have 5 acre voices where people speak really loud that you can hear them across 5 acres. Well, I have the 5 acre face where there is no way to hide what I'm thinking because my face just expresses it like, oh, the whole thing is crashing and burning. So it is definitely one of those things. Amazing Yacht Destination. Does Australia have the 500 subscriber entry to YPP? I heard that it's rolling out here. They announced it on the Creator Insider channel last week or the week before. And it's coming to Australia. I don't have it in my tab yet, but I have seen it come up for a few people. So it's rolling out. It'll roll out to those people that are already over the 500 first, I would say. So then it will roll out to those of us under the 500 after that. Let me look. Oh, there you go. Now Trish can tag Legal Minded. I was beginning to think that maybe with the whole thing with Legal Minded's ban on commenting that maybe she couldn't be tagged, but it looks like you could tag us, so that's great. For audio issues, I always have a USB mic plugged in and set a scene in the OBS just in case of a mic issue. Absolutely. I have a second mic just up here. It's USB. I have the Rode NTG plugged up here. I also have a secondary camera set just in case. I am the suspenders and belt person. I do not want to end up with nothing. So while I'm setting up cameras and things like that and switching, I'll throw onto a Be Right Back screen, set it all up as best I can, then bring the screen back up and be like, okay, let's try again. And if you make it fun, if you make it part of the experience, then people don't mind. Like, you guys come here, you come for the ride. You've seen the dumpster fires happen when there's things won't work how I want it to work, and I get all like, it's like, let's work on this together. Incorporating and bringing your community into the troubleshooting, like, hey, how's that audio now? Can you hear that okay? That can make a big difference because they actually really feel like that you're being included. So it is just one of these things where it's like a mental game, making the decision that it's okay that everything just turned to crap. Okay? And it's like, yep, cool, all right. But your heart is still in your stomach. You wanted it to be a good experience. You wanted this thing to happen and to be amazing and to do all these good things. But sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. And beating yourself up over it and stopping streaming and stopping doing something. Now, I'm saying this for myself as much as anything else. If you know me, you know that there are times when I haven't uploaded content because I'm feeling like, well, everything's poop. So why would I want to do that? And this will be a video that I'll come back and rewatch to remind myself that, past me actually wasn't wrong. Sometimes you just need to just get back on the horse, even when it all turned to crap. So dumpster fires are educational tools, because you can go back and you can double check all of the things. And it actually can really help you learn more about your system, and you can learn more about the actual technical process. Now, one of the amazing things about StreamYard is that you don't actually need technical know-how to run it. But I will say that having some knowledge over the technical side of it can actually assist you when you're troubleshooting. so that you don't just have to shut your stream down and keep going. Trish says here, you can only learn from mistakes. And this is the thing. Most people only learn from mistakes. But the real power comes from being able to learn from other people's mistakes. So you don't actually have to have the mistake yourself to be able to learn from it. So make sure you're plugged into your hardline. Make sure you've got everything set up and tested before you stream. Don't just walk in and flick it on and expect to be able to go live in 1 minute. Now, I've done that. I'm not going to lie. I've totally gone, oh my God, lost track of time, gone running in and just turned everything on, gone live. And then my fly by the seat of the pants lives. They're the ones that I am freaking out because I haven't tested everything. And I'll be like, am I even live? Is it even working? I don't even know. And it's like right today, like I'm like, okay, so I totally forgot to tweet about this stream. So if you are here watching the stream and you have Twitter, please tweet out the stream for me. I would really appreciate that a lot. So if you go down just under the like button, or next to the like button, it's all moving around. There's a share button. And if you click share, you can direct tweet from there. And I would really appreciate that if you could do that. Let me have a look in. I'm a bit raspy this morning. I probably didn't hydrate enough. Yeah, you definitely have to get back up on the horse. Absolutely. Doug's checked his other channels and he's got no YPP light on the other channels yet. Yeah, I saw a screenshot in the Australian YouTubers group. Some people over there are starting to get it. I think that's great. Oh, Jerry. Oh, wow. That's a big one. Back in 2020, I had the biggest guest I'd ever had on my channel. And 20 seconds into the stream, my power went out, including cell towers. Oh, because I actually have, like, while I've got like the suspenders and belt person yet again, while I have my computer hardlined in, I also I pay for additional data on my mobile just in case I don't have it. I've actually run the production end of somebody else's stream when I was in a blackout. So I had my laptop running on battery power with battery packs. Like I had Anchor, what are they called? You know, the big bricks that you can just plug into your laptops. And then I had tethered my mobile to my laptop as well so that I could run the production. Like I just opened the windows for light and it was hilarious. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, like about 10 minutes before we was due to go live, we were running the tech tests and I had a total blackout, which means no router, no phone, no nothing. Well, mobile, but no home phone. And so it's just like, okay, just give me 1 minute. And I've grabbed my laptop and just gotten it all sorted out. And luckily that I have two laptops and one of them runs on USB-C power. So luckily I was able just to run it that way. And I know not all laptops do run on USB-C power. So yeah. Oh, you were just thinking my voice sounds like butter. Okay, cool. I'll remember that. Morning voice win. All right. I wish I could plug into a hardline. I have to use cellular router to get internet to stream. This is another thing. I'm talking best case scenario, okay? Sometimes you just do not have these options. So choose the best of the options that you have. So it sounds like that's what you're doing. You've made the decision and you're going with the best option that you have. Love the ideas of doing backups for almost everything. You can pretty well do backups for most things. Now, one of the things that I don't have a backup for or battery power for are these two lights. But this light here is battery operated and the light behind me is, so I can actually bring those around now. Because, you know, after the power outage and having no lights, it was really frustrating for me. Even when I'm producing stream, I do keep my little box down in the corner so the person I'm working with can still see me. Some people find that, you know, encouraging. So I try to be there. Trish, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you tweeting that out. Thank you very much. Should we bring our mobile link on our own streams in case. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. I actually, because I use StreamYard, I will take advantage of the fact that StreamYard will keep the stream open for me, and I don't have my mobile data connected to my computer at that time. I find that it uses the battery power a lot faster on my phone when I do that. So, and right now it's not plugged in. It should probably be plugged in, but it's not. So I tend to utilize the tools that I have. So StreamYard allows me that time to it'll take my video off screen, but it'll leave the background up there. And so maybe I should make like a be right back, or technical issues, it sits behind my face and use that. I don't know, who knows, it could work. But then there's a lot of things that you can test and trial and see what works for you and your community, because what works for me may not work for you, because I'm a little bit technical. Like, I'm not a ton technical, but I'm a little bit technical. So I can jump in and I can look at different things that I can try and solve the problems. I'm still learning how to do some of this stuff on the Mac. Over on a Windows computer, I'm a lot more technical than I am on a Mac computer. But yeah, it is definitely something that I have handy, but not connected. Let me see. So if we log back in on our phone, our stream will still be there. Yeah, so if you're using StreamYard to do your live stream, you could actually grab your phone and log into your StreamYard account and just add that phone and cameras, like the phone camera and mic source, and have your phone sit there. And that can totally be your, if everything crashes and burns, you can 100% do that. It's one of the huge advantages. For me, I have, like, in Australia, our upload speeds are atrocious. So we are classed as, I believe, last time I looked, we were at 66th best internet provider in the world, best internet coverage in the world. 66th is pretty bad as far as I'm concerned. So we have, I have, my best upload speed is about 30 megabits per second. And that's pretty darn good for Australia, unless you've got fiber to the premises, which I can't get here. Then that's as high as I can go right now. So keeping these sorts of things in mind and just doing the best that you can and working your stream out to be the best that you can. I personally like to stream in 1080p. So I've got the next level up on StreamYard as well, so I can stream in 1080p. If my internet is being bad, I would try and downgrade that to 720. So you can just play with it and work out what you can do. Let me look. Elon needs to send us Skylinks. Skylink is not free. I've been trying to get a friend of mine onto it. She's in country Australia, and her megabit upload is 1 megabit per second upload. But the Skylink stuff's like $1,000 for the hardware, and then the monthly cost is also quite high. Doug says there was an ad for 1 gigabit speed at my bus stop. Oh my gosh. If only. Do you know what? If I could have 50 down and 50 up, I'd take it. If the power drops here, I lose my cellular router. I have set my cell phone as another guest in my stream as a backup a few times. Yeah. The other option is there any way to set up an uninterruptible power supply between your router and your power? I mean, I know that's a pretty heavy duty piece of electrical equipment, but if you were in a situation where power outages is regular and really what you just need is to keep the internet going and the only thing that is stopping you from getting it is power, is that an option for you? So yeah. I cannot get fiber in my area. Yeah. There's with Australia just recently, in the last sort of 5 years, I want to say, we got NBN, and it was supposed to solve all our internet issues, and it totally didn't. It was just a very expensive effort in a very bad thing. And so, yeah, it was just one of these situations where the internet in Australia is not awesome. It's not reliable. So making sure you've got a backup is imperative. So like I was saying before, backup on backup is the way to go. Primal Video is in the house. Great topic for a live stream. Thank you. It is definitely a fun time. Primal, I've actually got some links set up. I was going to chat about it in a little bit, but I'll talk about it now. Primal Video are going live in about 30 minutes. And Justin very rarely goes live. It's like a once in a blue moon scenario. So I'm going to drop the link and end our stream and jump over there at the right time. I would have set up a redirect, which is what I wanted to do, but it turns out that YouTube have put a subscriber limit on that tool, which you guys know how happy I am about subscriber limit access to tools. So we're just going to do it the old school way and drop a link and go over from there. It'll be awesome. Oh, we're having internet issues and about to go live. Oh no. Gosh, Justin. Is it the weather? Like, we're having weird weather here, so it could be the weather for you as well. If it rains too much, we lose our internet. I lost power or internet. I wouldn't be able to stream because I don't have cell service at my house. Yeah. And do you know what? Sometimes you just have to accept these are the limitations and work within your limitations. Otherwise you will end up stressed and you will end up frustrated and annoyed, and that helps nobody. So understanding what your limitations are. Do you have access to something like StreamYard? There's a free version, so I think technically everyone should have access to it. But if you're not using StreamYard, there's a chance you'll lose your stream and you'll have to jump back in and start a new stream. No point getting frustrated about it. It was a decision that you made before you started your streaming. So you go from there and just keep moving forward and just try to keep really calm. I know that's easier said than done. If you know me, keeping calm is not actually high on my bingo card. It is not something I'm good at. I'm not good at it. I need to bypass the wall art for a battery supply with an AC charger. Yes, I need to bypass the wall art. Wall port for a battery supply with an yeah. I think that's what we port is, I'm not sure. I just checked, depending on the list, Thailand ranks from 3 to 7 of the world list of internet. Yeah. Okay. Now, last time I looked, which was a little while ago, Australia was 66th. So Thailand has better internet than Australia. So that's lucky for you being in Thailand. Let's have a look. We're going to get that. We're working on it. We're working so hard on getting that. We're talking about getting rid of the 1,000 subscriber limit. Like, we're just pushing and pushing and pushing. Yeah, you do. Which I didn't know. I've never tried to forward a stream from this channel. I've done it from my other channel and didn't click that it had a subscriber limit. So I have a blend of fibre and copper, but we in Canada have the most expensive internet in the world. Yippee. I have got, what have I got? I've got a blend of fibre and copper. I've got what's called HFC, which is the hybrid fibre coax. And I think I pay for unlimited data with my 100 megabits down and my 40 up. I pay $120 a month. So I'm not sure where that sits in the thing. Oh, is a wall wart the actual name for it? I had no idea. There we go. I learn something new every day. If I see there is a storm coming, I won't stream. I use StreamYard. However, when we lose power, it's typically not for a short period of time. Yeah. So it is definitely, you've got to make these plans and decide these things for yourself, because every single person's streaming setup, internet, power, they're all individual. So you have to know where you're at and plan accordingly. Thailand literally has fiber cables running everywhere. Okay. Wow. I don't understand why we all cannot have the benefits of sending super chats. I don't get why the hours are so high. I just lost hours due to a year. A good video did well. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. It took me a little second there. Yes, so to get access to Super Chats, you do need to be in the YouTube Partner Program. And now there is the YouTube Partner Program, well, what Doug and I are calling YouTube Partner Program Lite, which is where you can have your 500 subscribers but still need the 3,000 watch hours. And that will get you access to all of the fan funding levels. So Super Chats, Super Stickers, memberships, all that sort of stuff. Now, Legal Minded Friends with Karen, I'm getting around that a little bit because I have a wonderful community here, and sometimes every now and again someone might decide that I am worthy of a coffee, so I actually have a buy me a coffee link in the description below. So that will that helps me out because I can't get super chats on this channel. So there is so you can check just to see. I did put it in. I hope I put it in. I was messing around in there today. If you do want to have that option, buy me a coffee is a free service. I've got it connected to my Stripe account. So basically, you just sort of keep it just keeps dropping it straight back into my account for me. Now, I'm not sure, Doug, do you have to have it connected to Stripe? I just found that to be the easiest way for me. Trish says, I don't understand why YouTube would limit anything. I kind of do. I do understand why. I was around when the Adpocalypse #1 happened. So basically what was happening is ads were running on content that was really inappropriate, like terribly inappropriate. And the ad companies left. There was no money. No one was getting paid because the ad company was like, well, you can't guarantee that my ad is not going to run on this trash, this disgusting whatever it was. Then, you know, and that's when they started because everyone was in the YPP for a while there. And that's when they brought the limits in. And those of us that were in there that didn't meet the recommendations were booted. So we had to sort of earn our way back in again. I get it. And I understand that it's a tough decision working out where the levels and limits are. And I understand it shouldn't be an easy process to get in. You have to understand the rules of YouTube. You have to prove that you're not going to be putting out bad content. I understand that. But I also don't like it when it's not working in my favor. Because I'm a weird little being, okay? Let me have a look here. Doug's on HFC as well. Trish does stuff, says that she's on $165 a month for all comms. No, that amount was just my internet. That doesn't include anything else. So all my other stuff separate. Legal Minded says, we have rain here all the time. Yep, absolutely. Oh, you're at 1,500 watch hours and now back down to 950. Oh, do some live streaming, jump in, answer people's questions, help them out. It's the only, and make more content, slowly build it back up. That's all you can do. That's all I can recommend. I've had a similar problem here on this channel. When I very first started the channel, I did some really fantastic live streams with some amazing people like Primal Video. Doug came in, Shelley Saves the Day, Coach Glitter, Viper, like a pile of amazing creators came in and we were doing these wonderful interviews. That time is over 12 months ago. So none of those interviews and none of those views count towards my current watch hours. So I've got to start from scratch again, basically. So I dropped down to about 15 hours and I've got to start back again. So I really appreciate you all being here, watching my live streams. So thank you very much. Trish says, I am very happy to announce I now have 105 subs. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Getting that first 100, it makes me so happy that you've done it. Oh, absolutely. Give that like button a tappity tap to make it sparkle. I love that they make them sparkle now. I love the sparkling. Time for some new interviews, and yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I think it's time to contact some friends and see who wants to jump on and hang out and have a chat about something YouTubery. Stripe. Oh, okay, so with BMAC, Stripe is the best. Buy me a coffee at BMAC is the best option since they dropped PayPal. Okay, cool. Ernesto, it's great to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Stripe and PayPal are not available for foreigners in Thailand. Need to register as a Thai business to have anything like that. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there'd definitely be limitations depending on the country that you are in, for sure. Could you actually do some edits on those old streams and upload nuggets? Oh, I absolutely could. 100% I could. Will I? Maybe. I don't know. I'm getting into the swing of making some shorts, but I could totally make some sort of like 5-10 minute videos to bring them in as VODs, because some of them are fantastic. And I agree with Michael. It's time to binge watch those old interviews. Absolutely. Get in there. There's so much fantastic so much fantastic content and information. I think my favorites are the ones with Justin, Doug, Shelley Saves, and Coach Glitter. They would be my top ones. Although it's really hard because I loved my chat with John Pullum as well. Like it was, I just watch them in order. There you go. You can watch them in order. More videos for the catalogue. Absolutely more videos for the catalogue. I'd love to interview Nick. I don't know if he's pretty busy. I don't know if he'd ever be available for it. Yeah, do the VOD. Yeah. TCC has spoken. Okay. Righto. I'll just write that down on my to-do list. Do the videos. Look, do you know what, Trish? I'm thinking, maybe not a bottle of champagne, but I will definitely have a little toast for myself when I hit 500 as well on this channel. It's been slow. But I'm one of these people that are like, you know what? I have the views and subscribers that I deserve. I have not been doing what I preach. I have not been doing the things that I tell the people that I work with to do, because I've been focusing on other stuff. So I was not putting enough energy in here to deserve anything more. And I actually felt like I was probably had more than I deserved in here, considering how much I was doing. So it is definitely, I'm in that, I think I'm in that like slightly different camp. Most people are like, oh, you know, this channel deserves more stuff. I'm like, mine doesn't. You know, people are like, oh, give me a channel review. I'm like, nope, don't review mine. I know what I'm doing wrong. I don't need you to tell me, because I'm still not going to do it because I'm doing this other stuff. So it was a conscious decision that I made, and I don't always make the best decisions for my own channels because I'm focusing on other people's stuff. I've been playing with cool feature on the YouTube. I have been playing with cool feature on YouTube in the comments. It's a squiggly square looking thing. I don't know what that is. Is it on mobile or is it on, what do you call that? Desktop. There you go. Brain totally lost it. Squiggly square. Are you replying with a short? That's all I can think of. That's like a squarish looking thing with a squiggle. So I don't know. I am getting some excellent hours with these streams. I won't lie. And I'm not, you know, part of the reason that I sort of decided to start the stream back up without guests, which it was very hard for me because I didn't want to do it without guests. And I was just like, oh, I can't do it with guests. I can't cope with that much stress right now. So I'm going to do this and just help out as best I can when you've got your live streaming questions or your YouTube questions, and go from there. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been wonderful. It really has. I'm so inspired. I added a video today. I have half ready, finished for tomorrow. Want to do all the things. This is the thing. You have to work out what you can do long term, and in the coming up in the Primal Video have a workshop coming up. It's a free workshop they run every now and again. They have what's called Primal Video Accelerator, which I'm a member of, and they only open that up every like a couple of times a year. It's hardly ever open, but in the precursor to it opening, Justin always runs these fantastic live training workshops. And I've put a link in the description, and it's totally free. And if you can't make any of the session times, still register, because they'll send you the training. And it is done live. It's live. So it's totally worth getting in. And he has a really, really big discussion about time management and how to utilize your time better. So it's definitely worth getting in and checking that out. But that's I actually remembered to put that in the description. That's why I was playing in there, and I wasn't sure if I deleted something else. Home Rapid Repair has said no tech flops for me this week. That is awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I changed my Elgato cams to 720 and less flickering and freezing. That is awesome. That is excellent. I'm glad you could work it out, because I couldn't find anything on the Elgato face cams. I've never used one, so it was struggling. But it did sound like the thing to remember is, even when you're using something like StreamYard or whatever softwares that you're using, the more cameras you bring in, the more your computer's graphics has to deal with to create one cohesive image. So the more you're adding to it, the more that you have to, your computer has to do. So you need a bigger, badder computer to have the grunt with the graphics cards. Let me have a look here. Oh yeah, replying with shorts. That's right. It's been around for a little while. I think Doug popped some videos up on his channel. I'm not sure how long ago that was, but yeah, I don't do it much. I've played with it, but I don't do it much. Because it doesn't, like, if it just went to that person, I'd probably play with it more often, but it actually creates a short on your channel, and I'm not there for that yet. No worries, Primal Video, Justin, always. Absolutely. Oh, that's right. The live training's tomorrow, isn't it? I keep forgetting that it's like this week. So it's running on 2 different time zones, so you can totally do it in a time zone that works out for you. But yes, I do have a link in the description, so please go and check that out. Trish says, I have time living on Canada pension. My son won't be home for my birthday or Christmas, so all the time in the world. Excellent. Well, then that's great. Sometimes having that little bit of extra time, like for me right now, when was it? About 4 months ago? 5 months ago? I ended up with a lot more time in my hands. So I sort of started planning on what I was going to do at this time. And like my husband had some ideas, like go and get a job out of the house. And I'm like, no. Because then I have to deal with people in person all day and they're near me and I don't like that. Anyway, I love this where I've got like, there's no one here, but you're here. But you're not here, but you're here. And I love that. That's perfect for me. Oh, you thought Primal was immediate? No, Primal Video. Oh my gosh. If you haven't checked out their YouTube channel, I'm going to be popping a link in soon to redirect us all over there. Well, not to redirect us. You'll have to click it. You'll actually have to physically click the button because I can't redirect. And I'm not bitter about it at all. Yes, I am. I'm totally bitter. I hate that notification won't allow you to do the... Hang on a second. I hate that notification won't allow to do that. And go to the video, dig through the comments. Yes. So you have to be able to use the answer, like reply with a short. You can't do it from within the YouTube studio. You actually have to go through to the YouTube video player. So basically like your view screen, logged into your, business account, and then you can reply with a short from there. But it's a bit frustrating. Yeah, dealing with peeps. Yeah. It's not my favorite. Like, I love talking a lot. I really do. I can't lie. I love talking. I love talking to people. I especially love talking to people about YouTube and geeking out on all like the tech stuff and the microphones and the lights and the internet and YouTube back-end stuff. I love that so much. They are my favorite conversations in the world, right? Like, I love yarn, but I think I like YouTube just a little bit more. But in-person stuff is hard for me. I am in Australia. We don't get many in-person. We get no events, like none. The last event we had here was when VidCon came to Australia for 3 years, and it was amazing. Not as like an education event, but as an event where I got to catch up with creators. For me, it was definitely social, but I made some fantastic friends that I'm still friends with now. But there's no events here. There's no YouTube-based events, at least none that I've seen. If you know of a YouTube-based event in Australia, I would like to know about that very much. And airfares out of Australia at the moment are absolutely ridiculous. So I don't really want... I mean, I do want to go, but I can't go. Does that make sense? Oh, Doug totally has excellent content. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, you agree with that about the people? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'll be careful, Trish. I'll be careful. Trish has started joining over on the Fibrific live streams, and Trish was there for the dumpster fire last week. I retired last November, but I take on enough legal cases to pay the bills. I love YouTube and StreamYard. Yeah. Yep. It's just one of these things. I'm like, ooh, I am legitimately a drink goblin today. Let me know in the chat. Do you know what a drink goblin is before I explain what a drink goblin is? You and Doug should create one. What should we create? I think I've missed something somewhere. What did I miss? Oh, an event. We should create an event. I've been thinking about like how hard it would be to create an event in Australia. I think it would be tricky. A drink. So you don't know what a drink goblin is? Okay. So for you, create a classroom. A drink goblin is somebody who has 3 or more different drinks on their table at all times. So I currently have coffee. I have water.
Can confirm she's an absolute drink goblin.
And I have tea. So total, yeah, that one's over there because it's I don't want to drink it just right yet. So yeah, it is totally. I'm legitimately a drink goblin. And I'm not sure if you could hear my daughter poked her head in the door and just went, I can confirm she is a drink goblin. Because I do it in the lounge room. It's like I'll take my water and my tea and my coffee with me. So I have everything. And I try to have things in like little kids' sippy cups so that I don't knock them over. So yeah. 15 minutes. Yes, it is 15 minutes to primal video. It is. Oh, if you run an event, I'm in. Okay, I'll remember that, Justin. I'll hold you to that. Saturday I watched a documentary on the kids group called The Wiggles. They're Australia's. Oh, absolutely. We know the Wiggles in this house. My daughter's 18 and still plays Wiggles music because she grew up on the Wiggles. The Wiggles are fantastic. She's just mumbled in the door, it's almost time for Rockin' Santa. So that's a Wiggles Christmas song. Drinks. That's right. Not dreams, drinks. I also have a lot of dreams, but yes. We need to have a specific StreamCon, both in the Australia and the US. I think it would be an amazing event for everyone. I know we have PAX in Australia, which a lot of streamers go to. And I think we've had some Twitch events here, I want to say. I could be wrong. For some reason, I'm convinced we've had a Twitch event here. But yeah, we don't have anything that runs regularly for people to look forward to go to and plan to go to. Oh, StreamYard does not have any overlays in place for Buy Me a Coffee, but because someone mentioned it, I have just checked and I have a message on my phone. Someone has bought me a coffee. Thank you. Here's to a coffee. Here is to a coffee after another amazing stream. So thank you so much. I'm going to assume that was Amazing Yacht Destinations because you did bring up the BMAC. So thank you again, BMAC. Not BMAC. Words, using them. Thank you again, Amazing Yacht Destinations, for helping keep my coffee addiction real. Yes, Doug, I think if I decided to run an event in Australia, I would also invite you as well. Yes. It's pretty much a given. It's like all my Australian YouTube friends. There'd be Justin and Doug and Chopper and Claire. Like, there would be a few. I've actually suggested that Justin should run an event and he declined. He said no, but if somebody else runs it, he'd go. Yeah. We've had this discussion in real life. Yeah. No, she's about to head out. She's taking the cat to the vet. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it very much. And I wish that StreamYard would have some integration so that I could see it and it would be bling. I would love to make a big song and dance when it happens because I'm always so grateful. But they don't, not yet. Maybe that's something they keep talking, they keep alluding to these new things that are going to be coming. And I'm like, please let it be something like this. Is the buy me a coffee link using a PayPal? No, look, I'm not 100% certain. I use Google Pay to pay mine. Like when I buy Doug a coffee, I use Google Pay. So, I don't know how it would work for you. Oh, it's super easy registration for the Primal Video Free Workshop. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's basically choose a time that works for you, pop your name in, pop your email in, done. Boof, off you go. You'll get an email about 12 hours before to remind. You'll get an email about an hour before to remind, and then that's it. And then no matter whether you're there or not, you'll get the replay as well. But watch the replay quickly because it only lasts for a few days. Didn't you say he was super close? As in Doug, yeah. Doug's pretty close. So yeah, it would be pretty rude. Like, hey, yeah, I'm running an event in Brisbane, but you can't come. That would be cruel. That would be cruel. Good morning, Leanne. It's great to see you here. It's great to see you here. Do you know what? You are right. Create a classroom. You are right. I could totally create a banner. I'm adding it to my list. Banner for BMAC. The problem is I do turn my phone onto silent, so I don't see the notification straight away. I'm kind of in the middle, but on the eastern side. I'm over near Brisbane. So basically, like, Brisbane's the capital city and I'm just outside of it. So the capital city of Queensland, I should say. So yeah, so I'm sort of like in the middle of the country, but off to the east. Banner for BMAC. See, what I could do is I could utilize what I'm thinking, like on the fly. Are we ready? We're on the fly. I'm looking at the time and I'm like, poof, watching out. Create, like, make it so that you can go in and just add one of your, like, a ticker banner or something like that. I'm like, do I have any banners open here right now? I've got a Fibrific banner. What's in here? There we go. Look, so what I could do is actually create a, like a graphic, an overlay, excuse me, to have around that. And then I could cut and paste whatever was written into it'd be a total dog's breakfast, but I could do it and make it not look crap. So I'm going to try and see if I can do it and make it not look crap. You could tell the viewer to tell you they sent a coffee. Well, I mean, you could, yeah. But I think sometimes part of it is that it's just the surprise. So, yeah. Let me look here. 7 minutes. All right. Let me just have it. Or create a mini video. Oh yeah, you're right. There are options. And I could have like coffee, like 4 coffees in front of me pretending to drink. I could have some fun making that. Put some Creator Mix music in the background. Love Creator Mix music. Bit obsessed, you could say. I love just having, do you know what it is I love about Creator Mix music? I love that I've got a music source with a whole pile of different kinds of music that I don't even have to worry about. That's what I love. Can you put a PayPal link in the chat? I could, but I don't have one handy. I really don't. Sorry. Yes, you can. You can totally put a PayPal link in the chat. And you can put a PayPal link in your description, and have that there as well. So if Buy Me a Coffee is not your jam, then you could totally make it a direct PayPal contribution. So yeah, you can put it in the description. You can put it in your chat. There's a lot of options that you could do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this link in here, and then I'm going to pin that. This is the link. to go over to join Justin's live stream that he's about to be running over on his YouTube channel, for sure. Let me just look here. Don't you need 500 subs for that? 500 subs for which? Sorry, Trish. You should be able to. I don't think there's a limit on the links in your description if you've got a verified account. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, on the about page, absolutely. That's also another really great. Oh yeah, advanced features. So you need to have your advanced verifications. But yeah, you can totally have it in. So I've got advanced verification on this channel. You can set up advanced verification fairly quickly. So you need to go through like the basic verification, the middle verification, and then the advanced. You have to do them in order and all three. And for the advanced verification, the biggest one is really time. Like it's other sort of like proof as in time producing good content. So if your channel's been around for a couple of months, you've already ticked that box. Or if your channel's new, you can upload some government ID, which is what I did. And then they confirm that they've cited it, and then they actually remove them from the server. So they don't keep hold of it, the ID either, which I like. So you've got some options there. Excuse me. Yeah, advanced features, that's right. So once you've got your advanced features, this is the thing Doug and I are talking about with the live redirect. Why have they got the 1,000 subscriber limit on a live redirect? Wouldn't just advanced features and no community guideline strikes in the last 90 days be enough to prove that you are not an idiot, and you're not going to risk your channel by rating inappropriately? So yeah. Anyway, my friends, I will be heading over and I'll be joining into the Primal Video chat as well. So if you want to come over there, click that link, jump over, check it out. If you're watching on the replay, I'm not sure if he keeps the replays of his live streams up. If he does, it's not for long. So jump in as soon as possible. Then you can go and check that out there. But yeah, it is definitely worth going to check out. He does some great Q&A over there. Click the linky link. That's exactly right, Doug. Click the linky link. And if you don't have time for Justin's live stream now, go and register in the link in the description for the free workshop. And if you can't be available for the 2 times, he runs it twice tomorrow. It's live workshop. If you're not available for that, you'll get sent the replay. It's totally worth doing. It's amazing information. All right, my friends, I will see you all over in Justin's stream in just a few minutes, and I will catch you there. Have an awesome week. Don't be afraid to stream. We all crash and burn, and we can all learn from our burnings. I will catch you next time. Bye now.